Welcome back, and thanks for being here with me today. This is a very late setup video. April was a pretty crazy month for me. I actually set up May a few days after I set up April because I knew that it would be a busy month and I wanted to go ahead and get ahead of things. But then I packed my external hard drive with the footage on it before I recorded a voiceover. So now that I am moved and settled into my new place, I wanted to share my May setup with you. For this month, of course, I'm focusing on Beltane. You know, it's a Sabbath that I don't always love. The summer Sabbaths have never been my favorites, and I feel like that will change at different times in my life. But for this time around, instead of doing bright colors, which aren't really my thing, I went with mint and blackberries so that we could still have that rich juiciness of Beltane, but also a little more grounded. With the last few months, I am using my Yookers felt tip refillable pen. As you saw a few moments ago, I was actually considering using the brown paper. I decided against it, and then after I had the setup going for a little while, went back and added it in. So at the end of this video, there is an additional clip with a different background, so you can see what it looks like with that brown paper. I've really been enjoying this sort of partial Dutch door on my monthly. I'm expecting to keep it for a little while longer. I just love the way it gives space for my phrase of the month or my theme of the month to be visible during the whole month. So if you're hearing birdsong in the background, that is actually Fort Melville. We have Cat TV on right now to help him feel a little more settled in the new place. Yeah, there may be birdsong quite a bit without actual birds, which is a little sad. Anyway, so these blackberries are similar to the way I did the blackberries for the fairy theme that we did a few years ago on the Pagan Planners group. But those I did not outline, if I remember correctly. Oh, I only used grays. I didn't use blacks that time around. So this I did try to layer my purple still to get that going. The thing about mint leaves that I find so fun is making them jagged. It really adds a lot to the look, in my opinion, if you can get those leaves nice and jaggedy. And now I'm moving on to that phrase page with my little illustration, and I'll have space for a to-do list as well as a tarot tracker. Spoiler alert from future me, I have not been using my tarot tracker at all this month. I knew that the beginning of May would be crazy. I just didn't expect it to be as crazy as it was, I guess. I didn't anticipate that it would take over everything. See, I'm using my little embroidery scissors there just because I had already put away my big scissors. And as you can see, this month's phrase is Release Fear of Failure. That's turned out to be very appropriate so far this month. So I'm going back to my pages once I have them all inked in. I'm coloring them in with a selection of Crayola Super Tips, a Tombow dual brush pen, and I think that's actually it this time around. This green is the same green, one of my purples is the same, and then the other two purples are just accents to give some depth and sort of juiciness to the berries. I did this all really fast here, and as you can see I'm sped up, but if you are interested, that video from 2 summers ago goes into slower detail on how I created the effect of little highlights and fullness on the blackberries. I decided to do the numbers with my lighter purple here. I was really tempted to do a circle and then write the number in it, but because I knew that the first week of May would be insane, and I didn't know how busy the other weeks in May would be, I wanted to preserve as much space as possible to write in things on my calendar. That's the point of my calendar. So who knows, maybe for June I'll do dots, we'll see. So here is what I thought was going to be my flip through with my cover page, my monthly, my tarot tracker, and my space for a to-do list with my quote. And here is it added in with the craft paper. I love the way it added texture to the calendar page and the Dutch door, and then from there moves into the weeklies. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you soon.